I fucking make sure it's hygienic. I make sure I supply with the proper amount of nutrients. I give it the sun it needs. I give it the water it needs. It's just like a plant. Like, my body is not me. Like, a lot of people are so stuck with this like identity crisis of thinking your body is you. Your body's not you. This is just what you're given, and this is what you're working with. This is the plant that you gotta take care of. You gotta water your own plant. You gotta fertilize your own plant. You gotta grow your own plant. This body, it's mine, so this is the closest thing I'll ever get for something to be really, really mine. Like, this charger is mine, but it's just like there, you know? Like, I charge my phone, blah. This camera, it's there. It makes my videos, it's there. But I'm never gonna have this close of a connection with something except for my own body. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ravan from Bass Manifestation. Sorry about the weird camera angle, and I know it's been a while since I've came back, and I'm eating too. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I got off YouTube for a bit, and I have been slacking, and technically I should have been posting more often, and I should have been on my grind. But yeah, I've been falling off a bit, I've been slacking a bit, so I think it's just gonna come straight up and admit my fault and understand exactly where I stand and grow from there. I've learned a lot because I've been working a lot, trying to make a lot of money, and I've been connecting with a lot of people. I've been making resources, making connections, working with people, collaborating in new exciting projects that I've been in. But in terms of like materialistically, I've been achieving a lot with the people around me, and also that comes with the added benefit of the fact that I am getting that because I've been on my spiritual journey a bit longer. But the deal is, I have not been 100% committed to my self-development journey. And that happens like a lot of people. You start falling off a bit. Like, once you start getting a little bit of the good stuff and you start getting comfortable, you start falling off a bit. Also, I just came out of a cold shower. So anything that comes to like my mind, I'm saying it because it's not like I'm trying to brag or say these things to get views of you guys. I'm just like sharing the experience as is how it is, because again, when you take a cold shower, you really don't care. It's not about me and you anymore. It's just about like the thoughts of how I'm processing it. The deal is, I stayed pretty consistent with my self-development journey in the sense that I did do NoFap, still NoFap, and I still remember the day I stopped. I stopped at November 5th. That's the last time I ejaculated. However, I haven't been holier than thou since, you know? It's like I've tried to edge a couple times. Actually, like recently, as I've been working a lot. And the funny thing is, I should have made a video about this before. See, I always had these ideas, but I never got it across. But I remember understanding the fact that now I would catch myself every like 3 months. That was my limit. 3 months is as far as I could go with semen retention. And after the 3 months, my life would start getting a bit predictable, which I didn't realize. I didn't notice. Now I know that I had to make my life grow. As I'm growing, it has to grow every day, or it has to be more exciting in little bits of ways. Again, it doesn't have to be that exciting to the point where you lost all touch of your purpose. It just has to be exciting enough for you to keep doing what you're doing. So now my understanding is, I didn't ejaculate, however I did edge. Not even edge in the sense of like I was jerking and I didn't do it. Like, I just watched it. I just watched pixels on screen, which I shouldn't be watching. My bad if you heard the speaker behind your back. I just been watching pixels from time to time. And I'm on it again, so I'm not watching it anymore. And I got an app to make sure I block it, because like once you watch it, you kind of get like, you keep wanting to go back. And this time I caught myself, because I think this is how I actually broke it the last time. I was just like telling myself, I'll just watch it, it's no big deal. And then I get this urge, every 3 months I get this urge of like, let me just go watch this, no big deal, bro, I got it under control, I've been doing it. But that's the thing, humble yourself. You don't have it under control. I mean, you think you do, which is amazing, but you don't. So I'm talking with food in my mouth, but you don't have it together. Humble yourself. Lust is an everlasting journey you're gonna have to fight with, you know? And it's funny because I was looking around, and this is also one of the reasons I went back, because I always catch myself thinking like, there's something there that I didn't understand. It's like I was in my journey, doing my own thing, but then I see my friends, they're like doing all the drugs, they're doing so much partying, they're dancing, they're like talking loud, partying, wasting time, not doing anything, and it looks so fun on the surface. I was just like, maybe I just gotta stay consistent with semen retention, but doesn't have anything to do with the other stuff. But let me tell you, it all plays together. And that's the truth. Why you eat, why you drink, why you inhale, which is like if you're inhaling smoke or if you're inhaling fresh air, trust me, it makes a big difference. I don't know, this video is just me maybe calling myself out and maybe calling yourself out if you've been catching yourself drifting away from the purpose or thinking that like maybe like my way is right and red pill ways or like my alpha ways or my spiritual ways is not right. I'd think about that. I would honestly ask you to process it and like really think about it. Like, is this true? Is you doing whatever you want, being lazy and then like just taking things easy really what you need? Cause I don't know, man. Cause even after going back and dealing with all that, I had to understand that. But I had to understand. I'll be able to catch it. Am I too dark for you guys? Okay, you know what? I'll just keep turning it back and forth. You guys can see my back. If you see the back though, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like I stopped working out. You know, I kept working out. The gains are still coming in. The gains haven't stopped at all. Even if you see my back, I don't know if you can see my back or not. I've been consistent with my working out. I've been consistent with my semen retention journey. Consistent with doing cardio and stuff like that. I've been eating decently for the most part. That's not that good. It should be better. I've been networking with people, trying to make friends and stuff. Like I said, I made a lot of connections. I've been lately getting into music. So I made a lot of friends who like music, work with music, stuff like that. But I had to make sure, you know, I remember, and again, everything you know in your head will play like mind games with you. So you gotta be aware of what you're doing. And what I realized was, yeah, I know I'm changed up. I'm gonna quickly go outside for a skate. I've been home a little too long and I've been working on a couple of stuff. So quickly, I just wanted to say this. I remember watching a video from Sublime Consciousness. I haven't watched him in a while because in general I've stopped watching a decent amount of YouTube videos because I told myself that I want to stop watching videos and stuff and like connect with people more because I felt like the more and more I was getting absorbed into my spirituality and my self-development journey, I was catching myself more and more often be in certain situations where I was having such a hard time, like literally just connecting with people, and I don't know what I was. I couldn't put my finger on it. So I thought, do stuff that's gonna make me more human and do stuff that's gonna maybe help me connect more. So yeah, first I stopped watching the videos because I was just like, you know what if I took no advice from anybody, you know? I didn't have like the mentors, right? I don't have a mentor right now, but I'm watching YouTube videos because again, I can't really afford it. So it helps a little bit, but again, it is what it is. Take it with a grain of salt. If you get a mentor, that's always the best. Pay for a mentor. That'll give you the most bang for your buck because your reticular activation system actually works that way, where if I give you this free content, no matter how much I give you the best content, won't really matter because if you didn't pay a dime for it, you're not going to take a dime in it. Anyways, so I realized that I'm struggling. I can't really connect with people. I can't talk to people, and I'm like confused to what's going on. So first I stopped watching videos. Then I stopped. Actually, the first thing I stopped doing was probably the cold showers, but there was like more biological reasons. Like I was having just like some physical issues with taking cold showers, so I did stop. And I hated it because I could feel the difference. Like when you on cold shower, you just have this like feeling of not giving a shit. But when you don't, you can feel feelings again, which is, again, that sounds like I'm a narcissist. I don't feel anything. It's not like that. Like I do feel stuff, but it's just like, the negative talk is what shuts off. So it's like, I remember telling myself, I was talking to myself the morning and I was like, it's not like I have to be happy, right? I'm not trying to be happy right now. That's the difference. I'm not trying to be happy, and I just kind of feel good in my body because I took the cold shower, my body feels good, I feel good. I'm not trying to be happy. But I think what happened every day when I was taking that hot shower was that I would wake up and instead of me feeling energy and happy and just like believing in myself, I was having these doubts and I felt like I had to work towards something to get what I have to get. Like I have to work, go do the workout so I could feel jacked and then I'll feel good in my body. Or I have to go talk to someone for like this amount of minutes and then I'll feel good. Like it was just like these like reasons, like, oh, I can feel good if I do this. Like 1 + 1 is equal to 2. 1 + 1 is equal to 2. It was always like that. Instead of just being like you are the 2. You don't need the 1 + 1. You're just 2. You don't need to add 1 + 1. You don't have to make the equation longer. Just keep the 2 as 2. Anyways, so that's one of the reasons I quit. But anyways, so I quit the cold showers, then I quit the videos, then at some point I started doing drugs again because I think I started with weed. No, actually I didn't start with weed because I remember I was like, I don't want to do weed because I knew it would fuck with me mentally. So I started with the stealth actually. I started with like smoking Nick and stuff. Again, it's like you don't notice it when you're doing it. Like when I did it, I personally didn't really feel that different. But when you come off it, there's a difference that you realize. And that's the thing. So I've messed up maybe 3-4 times in my like actual journey towards self-development. And what I've realized is the last 2 times when I messed up, and that I didn't even do drugs back then, I just like messed up my streak. But these times I've been wanting to do drugs more recently is because I realized is that I didn't have that specific connection to it where I knew that this is why you can't do it. It's like this, like you're watching this video and I could tell you right now, take your self-development seriously, start working out today. And you'll listen to it and it won't hit you till you find a way it connects with you. Like until maybe you go on a date and a girl breaks your heart and then you're like, oh fuck, maybe I should have worked out and listened to the videos. Then it'll start making sense. Then everything I tell you that I'm giving you this advice will make sense. So oftentimes what I'm doing is that I realize that since most of these YouTube videos I'm watching, again I'm gonna check my thing, yeah, the last memory ran out. But what I realize is most of the times when I'm watching these YouTubers, since I'm not paying a dime to listen to it, I know that my reticular activation system doesn't really want to take investments from it. So what do I do instead? Well, I do things in a certain way where I can trick my brain into doing it anyways. Like, okay, let's say, cause like, okay, I know a lot of you guys have this problem too, where you care about people too much. Like you care about people's opinions. So what you can do that is you can actually use it as your fuel. So like, let's say you wanted to make music or make a YouTube video or do whatever, right? Go just tell people that. And then watch, maybe you're lazy today, you're lazy tomorrow. Watch what happens 3 days from now. Somebody calls you, somebody meets with you, and then they say, hey man, how's your music come along? And when you feel that guilt of, oh bro, I didn't do shit, that's gonna hit you. Now you can obviously lie and be like, oh bro, like it's been good. But even when you lie, you go home and you're gonna feel that. And that's gonna motivate you. So it's just, learn to play with yourself, right? Not down there, because I know everybody's watching this does that a lot. But learn to play with your mind. Your mind is actually a tool, and you can actually use it to get what you want. Like I knew that it's almost been like now I know that it's almost been 3 months, and I'm pretty close to where my boundaries are gonna hit, and I'm gonna start to maybe like break my streak again. So I had to make sure I took advanced steps to that. I make sure I cut the drugs out of my life. I made sure I cut the porns and stuff like that out of my, like when I said I was edging, right? Literally I tricked my brain. You know what I did? I watched the video first. Then when I was done watching the video, obviously I didn't bust, because if I busted it, holy fuck, I'd be pretty guilty, to be honest with you guys, if I did do that. But what I did was, as soon as I was done watching it, that's when I went and got the app that like blocks it completely. Because what would happen back in the day, I would realize is that oftentimes what I would do is just like on the mid phase. So let's say I've already done it and I'm just like going through a blank phase, and maybe I'll go watch it later. In that blank phase, I'll be like, oh, okay, maybe I should do it, maybe I shouldn't, and just like that, right? But instead of doing that now, when I go to that blank phase and I have the mindset of just like, maybe I should cut it out. And I really do think about it. I'm just like, is this something worth for me to cut out of my life or to keep in my life? After I've evaluated that, I give myself like that last reference or whatever, right? And then you just let it go. It's like, let's say you're trying to quit cigarettes and you smoke for the last time and then you let it go. Like I did that all the time too. Like whenever I wanted to quit an addiction, I would do it and then I would just get rid of it like it was nowhere there. Like here's the thing, like when you're on a nicotine addiction, you want that nick no matter what. You're gonna go get the nick. You're gonna figure out a way. So what I did was like I would sit right here, right? I was sitting right here. I would literally sit right here. I would hit my stealth. I would hit it so hard till the point my head can't even take the hits anymore. I would open my fucking window, toss it out, boom, done. Because now where's my stealth? Like 5, 10, 15 minutes from now when my cravings come, where is it? It's not here, because I've already dealt with the issue. Because the issue is not your mental game. Because you know your mental game is weak. I know my mental game is weak. I know 15 minutes from now, if the stealth was right here, I'm going to hit it. I know that. So because I know that, I have to be smarter than that. You have to be smarter than yourself. This is also one of the things I learned from self-development. You have to know your own tricks. You have to be your own coach. You have to be your own mentor. You can't let like your logical thoughts be the way you think. Like you think like, oh, I paid for this, therefore it will work out. No. Bro, you gotta go do more than that. You gotta do a lot more. Hold on a sec. You gotta do a lot more than that. You gotta level up, you gotta keep going, you gotta work hard, and you gotta take the way. Look, every time you're gonna take a shortcut, I'm telling you there's consequences to it. Look, I love taking shortcuts. I hate doing the long work, and that's also one of the reasons I'm in my self-development journey, because realistically thinking, bro, if I take shortcuts, I'm just gonna end up in jail, or I'm gonna end up in the fucking streets homeless, or I'm gonna end up killing myself because I'm gonna get too suicidal if I take too many shortcuts, because I won't learn the way to adapt life and flow with it properly. So the thing is, the grinding is a long game. Like, while I'm here living with my mom, right? While I'm in this apartment, still living with my mom, living in this like shittiest apartment, and like everything's like packed over here, and I'm sometimes eating my food, sometimes eating her food, right? While I'm still here, it's hard for people like you and me to think that like, bro, work hard every day, let's just grind, let's do this, let's do that, and we'll be successful, because our everyday doesn't look like that. If our every single day where we're looking at it, if it's not filled with success, then you will literally not want to, you will not want to do self-development or anything, right? And that's the problem. Most people don't have that long-term vision. People don't have that long-term vision. But if you have that long-term vision, and if you connect with yourself and your spirituality and your self-development, and you cut out all your bad habits, you'll start noticing that you'll get what you want, right? If you cut out these bad habits, you'll get to the point where you will be what you want. Now, luckily for me, I'm almost, hopefully, fingers crossed, I think I'm almost done this year, at least. That's, I can say that for sure. Like, by this year, I should have my life figured out. But it took me, like, to be honest, a fair share of last 2 years of me grinding really hard, right? Like, going off on every single thing I needed to improve on. For 2 years, grinded straight. And before that, technically, and I'm 20 right now. So my 18 years, I've been in school. So realistically, I've only worked on myself for 2 years. But the thing is, I've been in the grind for so long that just I don't want to be in here anymore. Like, being realistic, I don't always want to be grinding. You know, grind is just a phase, but you gotta go through it. You gotta hustle. You gotta move forward. And you gotta just push through it. Even if you don't like it, it's just what it is for now. You don't have to like it forever, bro. You don't have to do this forever. I don't know why people think like this is something we're gonna do forever. Like, nah, fam. We're gonna figure out our little stuff right now and build on that to the point where it can be comfortable. Like, I wanna be at a point in my life, like, let's say if I were to even go smoke some weed, right? That it would make no impact in my life, because my life just has to be that chill. Right now, my life is not that chill. Every time I smoke a blunt, there's like 5 things that goes wrong. Like, fucking people are having problems, people are getting tickets, people are getting this, people are getting that. Surroundings change, environment change, mood changes, my room gets messy, and then I get lazy, and I don't even want to kind of quit because it's kind of fun doing it. But then what's the point of having fun if you don't have your shit figured out? There's a lot that goes into it. So you gotta realize, if you want to do the stupid things like drink, smoke, party, fuck bitches, get money, all that stupid shit, you know, not even listen to some music, stay home, do all that stupid shit, that's fine. I'm actually telling none of you guys not to do that, even when I'm sober. Again, for your personal mental health, I will always say, do what's good for you. Don't do the shit that's not good for you. Like, again, you might like smoking that nick from time to time, but calibrate, okay? Just know this. Like, you know, like, if your mood is completely garbage the whole day, and you know you have 5 different addictions, solve your own problem. Don't complain about it, solve your problem. Now, you can complain. I'm not gonna say you can't complain, because everybody out here is complaining, but not in this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is meant for people like you, people like me, who are serious about our self-development. So I know, like, there's like 90% of people who's gonna watch this and not give 2 fucks about their self-development journey and just stay here and do whatever. But that's not for me, and that's not for you. So let me tell you the real shit. And this is like, bro, I'm telling you, I haven't watched spiritual self-development YouTubers in a hot minute. Like a hot minute. Like, I'm telling you. So this is me all raw advice from my head and my personal experiences. And I've seen some, bro, like, people in their 30s who hadn't gotten the chance to figure this shit out or learn this type of not advice, this knowledge. You realize that, because there's advice and there's knowledge. Like, I can give you advice on something, but I can also share the knowledge for something. Knowledge it's right here. See, the thing with me is, before that, there's knowledge, and then there's experience, and I forgot the other word already because my memory's been that low because I've been smoking weed so much. But see, every little thing will add up, and it's only been my 2 days since I've been off it. But you gotta remember one thing before I end this video. I wanna to quickly give you guys one last information, and I want to end this video because I think it's getting kind of long. So what you gotta know is, when you are 100% mentally sober, I really want to see if I can put this here because I want to hammer this point to you guys. No? Okay, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna put it right here. Hopefully that works. Let's see. Okay, I really hope this works. Okay, so I really want you guys to understand something. For your mental health to be 100% sober, and for you to be physically in this world but yet be connected spiritually, it's gonna be hard if you're not completely 100% sober. This is what I realized the more sober I've started getting. You start losing... Okay, so the one way us humans in this world always stay connected to the spiritual world is with our dreams. That's just 100% how it is. And notice one of the following things that I'm going to tell you right now. Whenever you're off your streak, so let's say you've been beating your meat every single day, which again, all of you guys are doing. So if you are doing that, I want you to ask yourself and see, have you been dreaming a lot lately at night? And if you have been dreaming lately, has it always been negative? You have to understand that. Why is it always negative? Because the type of dreams I was getting when I was fully on semen rotation wasn't negative dreams. Sometimes it was intense. Sometimes it was very like amazing messages that made me want to keep going in life. But ultimately, it was a message pretty relevant to what I needed to know when I woke up that morning. But when you're beating your meat all day, you probably get like really bad dreams. Again, my speaker close was playing music before. You'll have this problem where you're like losing your flow, right? So you don't want to do that. If you're beating your meat every day, yeah. So, and what happens if you start doing drugs? Like, if you start smoking weed, you literally just get no dreams anymore. I remember that. Like, literally the last couple of weeks, I don't think I have any dreams. And again, I've been smoking every single day, so I could understand why. I have a feeling tonight I may get a dream because I've literally cut down a lot of the dopamine that I absorbed in my body. We'll see about that. I have nothing to prove on that. We'll just see based on the experience. But even nicotine, I remember that. Okay, so there's what I'll tell you what happened on nicotine. When I would have a nicotine, like smoking stealth or cigarettes or whatever, I would notice myself that when I would go to sleep, I would have dreams, but when I would wake up in the morning, instead of it just being like a message, it was always a specific themed dream. And the dream always, for some reason, was like there was some sort of chaos and I solved it. Interesting, right? There was chaos, but I solved it. And I'll tell you what happened where. The chaos was the nicotine in my immune system, in my body, right? Your dreams is actually just how your body's feeling, how the body's reacting. So the chaos was the nicotine, but the semen retention was the solution. So the semen was fighting the nicotine off, but that's where the chaos was always happening. So I would wake up and then I would have these dreams like, okay, so like let's say like one of my friends got kidnapped, but I somehow pulled it through and then I saved them, right? So I would have a lot of those dreams. But the funny thing is when you're off the nicotine, my dreams are much more interesting. Like it's literally like I would have dreams like I don't know, it's been a while since I had a dream, but if I were to go back a bit, like I had to have dreams like where like I was on 3 layers of lands and each land was like a different type of person, and when I would go down to the different lands, there would be a different energy type of people, and so when I'm talking to them, I would feel different. The dreams were drastically different, and I want you to notice that. So if you're not having dreams in your life every single day, I really want you to consider that you might have drifted a lot away from you and your own soul. Like your spirituality is basically all about just connecting with your soul. We have it, like whether you want to admit it or not, we all have it. Like what are the thoughts, right? We're thinking of something and it's in our head, and like it's not like you can take it out, or it's not like you can like scan it and it's fucking there. It's not there. It's just like neurons in our brains, right? But it does really exist. It does really make us feel how we feel, and it does make us do what we do. So it is our soul, technically. Now some people have connected to the side of their soul that's making them feel a lot of pain, which makes their journey a lot harder. But what you gotta understand is, it is that when you don't take care of your body will respond to your reality the same way. Your reality, what you see from right here, from your vision, from what you're seeing right here, is all controlled by how you take care of the outside avatar right here. So if I clean my body, I bathe my body, I fucking make sure it's hygienic, I make sure I supply with the proper amount of nutrients. I give it the sun it needs. I give it the water it needs. It's just like a plant. Like, my body is not me. Like, a lot of people are so stuck with this like identity crisis of thinking your body is you. Your body's not you. This is just what you're given, and this is what you're working with. This is the plant that you gotta take care of. You gotta water your own plant. You gotta fertilize your own plant. You gotta grow your own plant. This body, it's mine, so this is the closest thing I'll ever get for something to be really, really mine. Like, this charger is mine, but it's just like there, you know? Like, I charge my phone, blah. This camera, it's there. It makes my videos, it's there. But I'm never gonna have this close of a connection with something except for my own body. Like, this body's all I have, right? This is who I am, and this has my mind in it too. My mind is probably more important than my entire body, but this whole thing is a package and it's a gift, and you gotta use it wisely. So anyways, guys, I know I haven't made a video in a long time, so I just want to really give you guys a rough update of where my mind has been all over the place. And really do take some notes if you have been slacking. I don't blame you, because I can't blame you if I've been slacking myself. The thing is, you gotta realize, never be guilty, right? Never be guilty about the stuff you do if it's like if it hurts your process or if it's wrong or whatever. Just know that starting out, move on.